Hello everyone, it's Ruby here today, also known as Thoughts in Books. So I thought that I would do the booktuber newbie tag. I'm fairly new to the community. I've done a couple of videos. I've subscribed to many booktubers. I thought I would introduce myself to the community. Hopefully you guys will accept me. And by answering these questions, hopefully you'll learn a little bit more about me and the sort of reading style I have. I've also linked below the original video. So let's get started. Also, the questions are on my phone, so if I'm looking down, I'm not studying my crotch, I'm reading the questions. Why did you start this channel? So, I didn't start this channel specifically for booktube when I first started. I had originally just kind of wanted to create videos for anybody who sort of wanted more information about a particular subject or who had a couple of questions about certain things. So I had done videos on body modification and university and organization and that sort of thing, which were very fun. But I discovered that I sort of depleted any understanding I had. I didn't have any more videos to sort of create on those subjects. So I will probably do some of them in the future, but they will not be the majority of the videos that you'll see on this channel anymore. I started booktube because I had rediscovered a couple of booktubers that I knew from a while ago, just watched their videos, and it sort of sparked an interest in me. I sort of miss reading recreationally, and listening to other people's book reviews, book hauls, to-be-reads, those sorts of things kind of sparked the nerdy aspects in my consciousness. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? I feel like this is a job interview. Like, is this how you're gonna hire or fire me? How am I supposed to answer this? I think I've noticed that there's a general trend in what kind of books people like on booktube, which most of them I agree with, but some of them I don't really like the genre of. So I think what I would present to booktube is a different view on books. I tend to like classics and books that are more cerebral, that I sort of like thinking about and analyzing, and otherwise learning about. As a result, I will probably be doing book reviews of those sorts and also themed sorts of books that I've liked, and hopefully that'll give people different views on books and also present something different than young adult. What are you most excited for about this channel? I think what's exciting about this channel and about booktube and the booktube community in general is that it kind of gets me excited about books. I find books to be a very solitary experience. When you have communities like this, you can sort of share your thoughts and listen to other people's thoughts and stuff. And so it's kind of, again, spurred me into reading. And I don't know, I just like connecting with people. Hopefully I'll be able to meet some other booktubers and hear their thoughts. And worst comes to worst, I'll be watching some amazing videos from other booktubers. Why do you love reading? So the answers that I've heard for this question have usually been about escaping to another world and discovering other worlds and things, which I agree with, but that's not the main element for me. I really like getting into people's heads. Psychology major. No, but I like sort of listening to other people's viewpoints, and especially when it comes to fiction or nonfiction. You can sort of experience someone else's experience, and I think that that's sort of unique to books. I also really like analyzing books, looking at motifs and symbolism and maybe why the author had written a book like that, maybe even some cultural context. So sort of the things that you sort of learn in high school to sort of analyze. And for some reason I never stopped liking that. So I tend to like very cerebral books, and I think that that kind of gets my mind going. It makes me think about different things, and I just generally enjoy that. Hilariously, that's why I don't like reading sometimes, because I tend to go for books that really make you think, and if you just don't want to think, it's the worst thing in the world. What book or book series got you into reading? So I think that this book is very similar to what a lot of other people would pick, but I think the experience might be slightly different. So when I was in grade 1, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was read out to me, and at the same time the movie had been released, so it coincided. And then in grade 3 I was given Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I read that. That was the first novel I ever read, but I didn't really understand it. I was 8, so just give me some credit here. And then when the third movie came out, I kind of remembered reading it and thought I'd give it another chance, and from there I've just been reading constantly. Reading is also a different sort of experience for me because I was diagnosed with a learning disability, which presented itself in grade 3. But when I started to read a whole bunch, it sort of went away. I developed a couple of coping mechanisms for it. And this, of course, isn't like the cure for learning disabilities, but the particular one I have was helped by reading and writing quite a bit. What questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? So I don't really have a favorite booktuber. I have a couple of booktubers that introduce me to the community through their videos, but I feel that they have a sort of different approach to their videos, and so there's no particular person that I would value or like over the other. That being said, to the general populace of the booktube community, I'm really curious as to how people can go through university and still be a booktuber. I'm going to attempt it myself, but I've noticed that there seems to be a lot of emphasis on reading textbooks and readings, especially in psychology and sociology, which is sort of what I'm doing. And so I find that reading these things will not only take a long time, each chapter takes like 3 hours, but that it also sort of burns me out from reading, that the last thing I want to do after studying is read a really intense book. So I don't know if maybe that's just the books that I'm into, or if maybe people just don't ever watch TV, but I'm really curious to see how people balance their life like that. Maybe I'm just really bad at organizing myself. By the way, this video right now, it's procrastination from finals. So there's a window into my world there. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? So I sort of just answered this, but I'll sort of summarize it. I think the hardest to overcome will be videos that come out consistently and of good quality. So far, I've been able to do about 2 videos per week on Tuesdays and Fridays because I've been able to find pockets of time to do them, especially when I don't have classes. However, next year I'll be going into my 3rd year, and because I want to go into grad school, it's really important to get a good GPA, and I'll also be doing a full course load. So I'm worried about sort of the content that I'll be bringing. So, but that is 4 months away, so I should know by then what my pace is and what I'll be able to do. So I think that although it's a challenge, I don't think it is a very hard challenge. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully it's some sort of window into my life. Like I said, I do videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I also have all my information down below. I have a blog which has some book reviews as well as citations for some of my other videos, and I'll also include some social media if you would like to contact me. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys later.